Welcome to Love Media. I'm April M., otherwise known as Coach HOTSAUCE. I'm a relationship development coach. I invest in your personal development to help you bag the hottest relationship you could ever imagine. I'm an everyday person dealing with everyday things, just like you. And this is episode 2. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about hope and how you actually use hope in a relationship. Okay, normally we use hope as a last-ditch attempt to save the relationship, but did you know hope has an appropriate place? Okay, so hope is normally used when things are going right in the relationship, right? So I'm going to give you a quick example. Have you ever heard someone say, hopefully, if things keep going in the way that they're going, we'll move in together? Or, hopefully, if things keep going the way that they're going, we might end up with a man, right? That's where hope is supposed to be applied. Basically, hope is supposed to be applied when things are going well. Okay, but what we do is we use hope at the dead end of the relationship to try to use it as a way to hang on to the relationship when things are just not going well, right? The relationships take skill and intuition. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. Number 1, never use hope in replace of bad behavior. Meaning that when you can't do anything and you don't know what to do and you just ran out of every resolve that you could think of, you try to apply hope. Meaning, well, hopefully they'll see how good I've been to them. Hopefully they'll see how much I love them, how much I care for them, how much I've done for them in this relationship. Hope is applied to God and not to man. And the reason hope is not applied to man is because man has his own will, right? God doesn't even go past our will, right? So at the end of the day, hope is applied to God because God may not be able to change that man's will per se, but he can change that man's heart, okay? So at the end of the day, hope is applied in areas and spaces in the relationship when things are going positive. Okay, never ever try to apply hope to another person's will. You just don't have that right. They're either going to do what they're supposed to do or they're not. Okay, and they'll make that very clear by what they're doing in the relationship consistently. Okay, so as far as hope is concerned, when you get to a point where, okay, we all get to a point where we understand that the person we're in the relationship with or the relationship in and of itself is just not going to work for us, right? We get to the point where we understand that and we simply know that. But what happens is that we have our feelings all tied into it and we've worked on the relationship. We've invested so much into the relationship. We really just don't want to let it go because it hurts. To be honest, it does hurt. But at the end of the day, when you get to a point where you realize this relationship is just not going to work for me, you apply hope, and hope can have devastating results, often leaving you, resentful, angry, bitter, and ultimately brokenhearted, okay? Because you're applying it in your relationship in an incorrect way, and then it's also becoming dysfunctional because it has a function and it's normally in spaces where positive things are happening, okay? It is used as a guide. Right? Hope is used as a guide and not a resolve to the relationship. Okay, so the skill that you're going to need to be able to replace putting hope in there, right, and just kind of riding out, hopefully that person will pull themselves together, or hopefully the relationship will work out because you just put so much in it. That's very, very unrealistic. And again, it's going to have devastating results and just leave you feeling absolutely horrified, okay, and horrible. And then you're going to have a broken heart and have to deal with that. The skill that's necessary, right, in place of hope, when you just get to the point where you just know this person, baby, this person just ain't for me. Period, point blank. They're just not for me. I know they're not for me, but I still love them. The skill is patience, right? Patience is actually a skill, okay? The reason that you want to apply patience is, first, patience has an expected end, right? It would employ that there's an expected end, right? And there's also a process for patience. So what that means is when you're waiting on a check, that means that you've done something, You're waiting for your check to come through, and there's a process for the check to be cut. It's the same exact way when it comes down to the process of getting through a relationship or building the bridge into another phase of your life, right? So instead of hoping that something's going to work out and be in a dysfunctional space, you want to be in a healthy space, healthy functional space, and you want to use the skill of patience. And what that means is, as soon as you know that this person is not for you, you say, okay, I'm going to be patient, but I'm also going to begin to build those, that bridge into another phase of my life. Either this person's going to walk across the bridge with me, or I'm going to walk across the bridge alone, right? But either way, the bridge is going to be built, baby. Okay, so that's just what it is. And then what happens is you begin to pay attention, right? You begin to pay attention because patience would imply there's something that's supposed to happen here, right? So how you know that you're really just applying hope and not patience is that it keeps continuing to go on and on and on and nothing ever happens, and then you're just moving into hope, right? But as you apply the skill of patience and you begin to build that bridge and you have that process and you're moving right along and you're paying attention to what's going on, you should be moving into an area to say, okay, well, you should be feeling some sort of release from the relationship, right? If you are correctly applying the skill of patience in that part of the relationship when it's pretty much time to go, okay? Again, remember, relationships take skill and intuition, right? You need to pay attention to how your heart is feeling, and you also need to pay attention to the things and the moves and the functions of the relationship, right? Because if you're not paying attention to the functions of the relationship, then you're probably going to be in a dysfunctional relationship and not actually know what to do to get out of it. Okay, so it's very important that you understand that hope can have devastating results on your life if you let it. Again, hope is applied when things are going great, when things are going good, and it is in a, your relationship is in a positive space, right? It is used as a guide. Hope is used as a guide only in a positive space. When it begins to move out of that and you start seeing a little dysfunction and you're talking things out and you're trying to communicate what's going on and this person is not picking it up and the relationship is steadily going downhill, do not ever try to redeem the relationship or hold on to the last remnants of the relationship through hope. It is going to devastate you. You're going to stay in the relationship far too long, and then you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to be resentful. You're going to be angry. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be brokenhearted. And you're going to sit back and wonder how this person could just move on without me. I love them so much, and they treated me like garbage, and now I'm sitting over here upset, right? Apply the skill of patience, and then begin to build the bridge of moving on. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you now. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, share, hit that like button, comment. Let me know what you think about the video. My name is April M., otherwise known as Hot Sauce Baby. I'm your personal relationship development coach, and I'm here to give you the real, raw, rational inner workings of these relationships so you can be the next VIP of your relationship, honey. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace.